Hey everyone, this is Blackbinder, and today we are going to be reviewing a pretty fun little game called Druidstone, The Secrets of Menhir Forest. First off, I'd like to say that these are just my opinions, and if you disagree, there is probably a reason why, and you should tell me in the comments. If you like what you see, then feel free to drop a like or subscribe to see more content like this. That being said, let's jump right into it. Alright, so what is it? Druidstone is a tactical role-playing game with a small set of fixed characters that take you through a pretty cutesy but eventually serious story while dealing with the evil denizens of the forest. These denizens want to use the power of the forest for their own means and will kill anyone who gets in their way. Gameplay consists of using your party of 3 or 4 to do a series of tasks on a battlefield that can range from saving innocent Shidos to taking down giant ice demons. The tasks seem to vary enough to keep you interested throughout the game, but I found myself more interested in honing my party to the point where I could generally ignore the overall goals in favor of going the extra mile to kill everything on screen. This is not always possible, of course, but replaying missions to do better or get an extra gem for completing a bonus objective can be pretty fun, especially when you come back to it further down the road with a much stronger party. The progression system is a combination of leveling up and choosing new skills paired with a gem system where you can power up certain abilities, items, or equipment based on the amount of gems you have. The amount of gems you get is mostly based upon completing bonus objectives during missions or doing optional puzzle missions where no fighting actually takes place. As a somewhat hardcore theory crafter, I found the progression system fairly simple. This isn't to say it wasn't engaging or cool to figure out what works best, it just means I was always hoping for just a little bit more. The game seems to know this, and it feeds you new ways to spend your gem as the game goes on, and even introduces a brand new character late in the game, when your other characters are nearing their max potential. In my opinion, this was a very smart choice, because it happened at the exact time I was starting to realize I had no more options for improvements on my characters via leveling, only through gems. I think most reviewers would describe the story as a typical, save the world, you are the chosen one trope, but I've never considered this as a bad way to tell the story. I don't necessarily want to be the chosen one, but if the world isn't at stake, then who cares? While being true, there are some twists and turns that almost make you look down on a main character late in the game. Because of this, I would say the story is definitely serviceable, bordering on good. The only thing holding it back is that the overall game time is pretty short, so it doesn't have the epic feel other games like Final Fantasy VII have because of their long build-up. As a connoisseur of very old games and as someone who started their gaming life with Final Fantasy IV, I do not consider graphics to be a part of whether or not a game is good. Even a text adventure can be a good game if it takes advantage of story and combat in a way that is unique. That being said, the graphics in Druidstone are vibrant, to say the least. It is a very colorful world, and the main characters, while somewhat bland, are all unique in the way they are drawn. I kind of want to say that the characters' faces are somewhat old school in a way that reminds me of EverQuest, but in a good way. This somewhat blandness doesn't contrast with the vibrant environment either because of the top-down isometric view that most tactical RPGs take. The only time you are directly looking at a character's face is during the victory pose, a cutscene, or during some battle animations. In the end, I was very happy with my purchase of Druidstone. Because it is such a short journey of around 15 hours with some replayability, I feel like the price tag of $24 to be pretty appropriate. I'm hoping the developers at Ctrl Alt Ninja take this success and run with it to make a much more epic journey with even more character progression along the way. They have many avenues of improvement if they make the scope of the next game in the series larger. More characters, more level ups, more ways to use gems, and more. Honestly, they have an amazing base of a game system here that the possibilities are endless. I give this game an 8 out of 10, and the only reason I'm taking away points is because of the length of the game and the amount of character progression options that were available.